Shoemaker, where you they come fix my shoe. Shoemaker, where you they, I need you now. I call you be.
How would you feel when you know that you have someone having your back always? Now, let me ask you this. How will you feel when you're overwhelmed, when you're tired, when you don't really get a clear direction of what next to do, and you know that there is someone you can rest your back on, and the person will take it up from there or help you find solution to that particular problem? How will you feel as a partner, knowing fully well that if you're not getting it right, the other half of you is there to hold your hands and guide you? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Oluwakemisola Isola, and this is Sunday Gist with Oluwakemisola. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for watching. Thank you for calling our attention to things we need to put to order. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll be starting a series titled The Ingredients of Marriage, or you can say The Ingredients in Marriage. And today we are going to be talking about support. Our Bible text to back up whatever we are discussing is from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, from verses 9 to 12. Ecclesiastes 4, 9 to 12. I read in Good News Version. Two are better off than one, because together they can work more effectively. If one of them falls down, the other can help him up. But if someone is alone and falls, it's just too bad, because there is no one to help him. If it is cold, two can sleep together and stay warm. But how can you keep warm by yourself? Two people can resist an attack that would defeat one person alone. A rope made of three cords is hard to break. Now, I'll be picking some points from the Bible verses I've read. Now, in my own little way, what I call support is having someone who can have your back whenever you are not up to it. Having someone who can have your back, who you trusted enough that can have your back whenever you are not up to it. It may be when you're overwhelmed, it may be when you're sick, it may be when the clarity is not there, but someone is there to have your back. Now let's go back to our text. It says two are better off than one. Even in a friendship relationship, like you alone, I always tell people that you can't be a lone ranger. It's not possible. You can't navigate life alone. It's not possible. You need people in your life. You need that person that can call you to order. You need that person you can run to. You need that person that can embrace you and tell you are doing well, even when you are not believing in yourself. You need that person that can believe in you, that you are doing well. So two are better than one. Now let's go to marital relationship. It said, because together they can work more effectively. Yes, it works in friendship, and in marital relationship, it also works rather. When you are two, you can work effectively. When one is making a mistake, the other can actually say, why can't we try it this way? Now, in my years of experience, in my years of being in marriage, in my years of talking to people, there's one particular thing that is always giving them tough time. For women, for men, it's almost the same thing. Though women tend to pronounce theirs very well, men can actually look over it or just forget about it. But for women, it's always very, very painful for them. And what is this? It is the fact that you're trying to start something, or you have started something and you're expecting your spouse to give you all the support and you're not getting it. But this same spouse of yours can actually go outside and give support to someone that started that same thing or another thing entirely. And they will be running up and down for the person so that that thing can be successful. And you are at home, they are not giving you that support. It can be very painful. it can be very painful. But I'm here to tell us today that two can only work together more and better than one, because it takes two to work together and be more effective. And it's not that one cannot work and be effective. Even as a single person, you can work and be effective. But a lot of time, being a lone ranger is not helpful at all. So now, coming to marital relationship, how would I have a spouse at home and I'm doing something and I'm not getting the support? It's always very painful. Now let's move on. It says if one of them falls down, the other can help him up. I remember when I started my business, one of my business, this kuli kuli business. I remember at first I keep late in the night, like I sleep late. Whenever our new production comes in, I have to arrange it for people so that the first thing the next morning rather, I will have to quickly go to the park to go and drop it. But I noticed that once my husband is through with whatever he's doing, he just say, hello, well done, and he go to bed. At first, it was very painful. Then I noticed later the children started joining me, but you know children, you can't keep them late in the night. They will say, Mommy, we are tired, we want to go and sleep. I said, fine. Then one day I had to call my husband. I was like, this thing you are doing and I'm doing, you're doing your business, I'm doing my business, but it's for the betterment of the family, right? And it's not too much, even if you cannot help me to pack. It's not too much for you to stay, even if you are gisting with me, be giving me jokes and let me be smiling and be doing whatever I'm doing. And it was like, he's very sorry that, majority of time he's always tired. And I was like, okay, this thing is not an everyday thing. Whenever it comes, let's just take it as, let's do it and forget about it and support each other. And since that time, he has really changed. Even the first time he helped me to carry kuli kuli to the roadside, even myself, I was ashamed. Let me just say the truth. Like, aside the fact that I was wild, I was feeling someone like, how can a man carry kuli kuli on his head? But it means a lot to me. And like, it was so big for me. Oh, it was so big. Like, putting kuli kuli on his shoulder. And I appreciate it. And I do say it out like, thank you so much. And one thing about either a man or a woman, even if you can't bring money to the table, which I would not even advise, try and be bringing money to the table. Another thing that can actually sweep them off their feet, make them to be wild, is when you go extra lengths for them in your support for them. Ask them about that business. Ask them how the business is growing. Ask them about their job. Ask them about day-to-day activities, things they do in the office. How was the office today? When you make it a custom, it's easier for them to be eager to come home and come and tell you how the office went, like how their day went. It's easier for them to come and tell you what are the things they went through today, what are the challenges, what are their wins for the day, what are the ways they make mistake and they really want help, or we're not happy with it and they really want to do better. And when they say those things, even if some of them is not palatable to you, I beg in the name of God, as a man, as a woman, don't condemn. Just try and tell them it's fine if you make mistake. It's a better way and it's telling you that you can do better the next time. Try and encourage them. Don't just do as if, I've been telling you all this why you refuse to listen. That's the same thing I complained about. Now, can you see it has happened? No, that one will not help. Then another thing that the Bible says is, if someone is alone and falls, it's just too bad because there is no one to help him. Now, imagine you want to make a great decision about an investment and you didn't tell your wife. Now, this is to men. A lot of time, you take some financial decisions and you don't tell your wife. It's actually so wrong. Maybe you feel if you tell her, she will not give you the right advice. And for women that are doing it too, you want to make some financial decisions you didn't tell your husband, is a sin. It's the same thing as the sin of infidelity, if you don't know. I just got to know about it maybe a few days ago. Like keeping secrets from each other is a sin. Now, fine, I know some people will say, but he's not being open to me. One thing I always tell people is, marriage will not be one of the reasons that a lot of people will go to hellfire. When the Bible was saying, when God was telling us to be holy, He never said, if your husband is not faithful, don't be holy. He said, be holy as your Father is holy. So we don't have any excuse. One thing I always tell myself is, even if you choose not to be faithful, even if you choose not to be straightforward, even if you choose not to be vulnerable as my partner, I will choose to be a positive person and I will choose to do something positive. And that alone has been helping me. My husband is all shades of good thing. He's trying his best, even though he's still a work in progress. He's a work in progress, but I'm seeing the changes every day. And I'm appreciating every little change I see. Because I can remember vividly way back, there are some things I complain about, I lament, and it was just like, okay, I bet. And anytime I see a little change, I say, thank you so much. I appreciate this. God bless you. And like that support, I appreciate it. It's always very painful when something both of you should have done together, one person did it and it landed you guys in trouble. It's always very painful. So opening up to each other is part of support. Like, I trusted this person, that I can rest my shoulder on this person. I can sleep on the chest of this person and there's no cause for alarm. That's what we are talking about here. Now, it goes forward and says that if it is cold, two can sleep together and keep warm. Yes, that's for the married people. But how can you keep warm by yourself? Like I said, it's for the married people. Two people can resist an attack that would defeat one person alone. You are having issues with you have tendency or you have issues with opposite sex and you are not being open to your spouse. It's easier for you to fall into that temptation. I can imagine, let's bring out the case of David and Bathsheba. You know, it was when he was relaxing at the top of the roof that he saw Bathsheba bathing. And I'm sure that that thing did not just start that day. He has been seeing Bathsheba before that time, like seeing her bathing. But that day, he couldn't hold it again. And he had to say, no, I must take this lady or this woman, I must marry her. But assuming the first time it happened, he has mentioned it to his wife. And they've discussed it, and they've like maybe go and meet Bathsheba and try to find a way to tell her, or maybe cover up the place she's always bathing and roof it so that he will not be seeing anything. But he was like hiding it. If he had opened up to his wife, the wife would have helped him. That's what would cause support. It's not only during your win time, no. Even when your weakness is actually showing off and everybody is seeing it, it's fine for you to open up to get the support you need from your spouse. Even as friends, it is too bad when you cannot tell your friends your weaknesses. It's only your wins you are sharing. It's only your progress you are sharing. You cannot tell your friend that I am dying spiritually. You can't tell your spouse that my prayer life is going down. It's bad. Or maybe you feel when you say it, they'll be looking down on you and be saying, see her, see him. No. Forget about see her, see him, and be vulnerable. Say it out. Get all the help you can get around you. From your spouse, from your friends. Get all the help you can get around you. The Bible says that two people can resist an attack that would defeat one person alone. If David had opened up to his wife at home, they would have resisted that attack. Either they provide a bedroom for Bathsheba or David stop relaxing at the rooftop. It's one of the two ways. But see what it cost him. After killing Bathsheba's wife, the Lord declared his judgment over him. And see what that little thing he was keeping away from his wife cost him. As couples, let's stop hiding things from each other. Let's open up and get the support from our partner. Now, you may be saying, hey, I've been telling him, he's not giving me all the support. How are you telling him or her? How are you mentioning it? Yoruba people will say, pẹ̀lẹ́, olako, olabo. That means sorry. The way you present your case sometimes is very important. Are you presenting it as an attack, or you are presenting it the way you feel? You know, it's like when you're attacking somebody, hey, you can't call me. You have been getting call. I've been away over this time since 5 hours ago. I've left the house. You didn't even bother to check on me to know if I've gotten to the place I'm going. It's different from, hello dear, I've gotten to where I'm going, but I missed you calling me to check up on me, on how my journey went. Now, differentiate between both of them. Which one will you respond to? As a person, which one will you respond to? For me, I will respond to the second one. And it will be easier for me to say sorry because you presented it, you tell me you've gotten there, but you show me that you missed me from talking to you even when you were on your way or asking about it. So it's easier for me to say sorry. But the first one, I'll be trying to defend myself to hey, did you know that I'm busy? Don't you know that when you left, I was so busy in the morning. I will have to wash the clothes, or I will have to take the kids to the school. I will have to do this, do that. It does not work that way. Support can be anything. It can be as little as text message. It can be as little as a 1-minute call. It can be as little as a pat on the back, telling your partner that you're doing well. I love you so much. It can be as little as a kiss, as a peck, as a warm hug, whatever. Just try as much as possible as giving that support. It can even be as little as going down on your knees and praying for the person. Like you're praying, God, please bless my spouse, strengthen him or her. I know he or she is trying. Give them the strength. Let them be favored. Prayers works. Word of an acknowledgement works. Write out a note and slip it where they can see it. It works. Make noise about them. It works. I think not quite long. Yes. I received a call not quite long, and the person was saying, your husband gave me your number. Did you sell kuli kuli? And I was like, wow, that's beautiful. Even if you cannot advertise it, talk about it. Why can't you even advertise it? Why can't you even talk about it? Even if you can't talk about it when they need that person, why can't you mention your spouse's name? Are you not so proud that he or she is doing fine in that thing they are doing? I think we can do better. Yes, we can do better. And let me remind you that 2 are better off than 1 because together, they can work more effectively. So I would want to know your takeaway from the comment section. Thank you so much for joining us. And for those spouses that are not giving support to their partners, I'm pleading with you in the name of God. Try it out. Yes, you're not used to it. He or she understand. But try doing it little by little and watch what the results will be. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I am Oluwakem Sola, and the next week we'll be talking about another ingredient in marriage. Today we talk about support, and ask yourself, am I supporting my spouse the way I should? Am I giving him all the support he or she needed as a spouse that I am to him or her? Thank you so much once again. God bless you. Have a lovely week and productive week. Catch you next week. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share the link. Don't forget to put on your notification button. Yeah, see you next week. Bye-bye.